Oh, looks pretty good. Lighting's pretty good. Okay, just waiting for that to get fired up. Microphone sounds good. Hola, hola, hola. Willie, give me 2 minutes. I'm going to run the intro on this. I'm going to bring you in so you have to sit through the intro and shit. So give me 2 minutes on this. I'm going to fire this. Hang on. Stop that. Tyler Wilson, thanks for joining us. Just gonna run the intro, and we're gonna bring Willie on. Talk some shit. It's Wednesday. You guys know what day it is? Peru watching. Shout out from Kansas to Peru. Shout out to Chris Q Mark Johnson for the intro. Any sounds you hear on the Bull-NA-ChinShop podcast. Yo! You beautiful motherfuckers. It's episode 79. It's Wednesday. We're about to do this again. Back on track, back on schedule, and we're back in the fucking studio here. It's kind of windy in Kansas. If you guys don't know yet, my name's Ty Lumley. I'm your host, Bull-NA-ChinShop podcast, the first podcast dedicated to the American bully lifestyle and bull breeds in general. And listen, if you don't know, we're based in Kansas. The studio's in Kansas, okay? It's windy here. So you're gonna hear some banging. You might even hear some dogs barking. I have dogs in the house. I'm a dog man, can't do anything about that. If shit gets to banging around too much, I mean we might take off. I don't know if you guys ever seen The Wizard of Oz, but the wind picks motherfuckers up out here and just carries them away. Anyway, so first thing I want to get to is upcoming events. I'll be in Portland, Oregon this weekend, open Saturday and Sunday for photo shoots or video shoots. If you have anything going on in Portland, you want to hit me up. I'll be open all day Saturday and all day Sunday. January 27th, Perry, Georgia for the ABKC Super Bowl. True Phase Events, Rolando Mata hosting. I will be judging that event. March 28th, it is official. Thailand, Bangkok, Thailand. I'll be judging that event. Also have more info on that coming soon. June 2nd, apparently I need to learn French because I'm going to be emceeing at the first ever I judged the first ever. Second ever ABKC Canadian show, full coverage from Bull-NA-ChinShop TV. We're going to do a live podcast up there, some ringside commentary. Shit's going to go down. Also in June, sometime, Euro Nationals in Scotland. Bull-NA-ChinShop TV will be there also. If you guys have seen this podcast before, you know how it goes. Share. Feel free to comment. Feel free to share. I probably won't respond to many of the comments right now, but I try to afterwards. Share. That's the only way these videos go big. Last week with Jamie Sweet and BTK, we're looking at 13,000 listens on that episode. A couple weeks before that with Bashar, we're looking at about 14,000 listens worldwide for that episode. The numbers are all right. I don't really care about that. What I care about is the content. What I care about is bringing good, viable content to the situation, to the scenario, to the whole goddamn thing, if you know what I'm saying. Now, We're going to attempt, now this hasn't been super successful in the past, but we're going to attempt to bring on William right now. Willie. Oh, wait. William, jump in there. Request to jump in again. I don't fucking know how to do this. I am so terrible with the live videos. Jose, you don't have to worry about me with the shirt off. I don't have enough ink yet. Once I ink my whole body like Wiz Khalifa, I might be on there. Might be in that. You know what I mean? Add William. Easy it was that time. Now, if you guys don't know who William Byrne is, he's a husband, he's a father, he's a family man. He's also the CEO of Dynamite Kennel from Scotland. He's also the owner of Demon Boy. He's also the first motherfucker in the UK with an American Bully. Basically, an American Bully and ABKC pioneer in the UK. William Byrne, thanks for joining me, brother. How you doing?
What's happening, brother?
All right, now let me get the volume right on this microphone so we can all hear you. I just introduced you, but feel free to introduce yourself. If you want to plug anything else before we get started, go ahead.
No, I'm good with your introduction.
I worked on that. I sat down this morning, wrote that whole fucking thing out. It took way longer than it should have, to be honest with you. Let's be honest. It took me way longer to write that piece of shit intro than it should have.
Aye, bit more effort next time. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, I'll work on that. I'm gonna get birth dates, kids' names. Shout out to Claire, who commented on the Instagram page. Said she was scrolling through, seeing her picture, didn't expect it. Shout out to Claire Byrne also. So I think the levels are good with this. So I think we just get into it, talk some shit. Oh, I got one question before we start. I was looking on your Facebook page. It says you worked at Razor's Edge. Why does it say you worked at Razor's Edge on there?
Fuck knows. That's maybe that's where I get schooled and educated, eh?
That's probably where a lot of these guys are getting some of their information, I'm guessing.
Aye. But Dave's bitch information.
Yeah. The famous ex-girlfriends.
Aye. Don't worry about it. We're all good.
Dave breaks more hearts than anybody I know. Seriously, he breaks more grown man hearts than anybody I know. Seriously, we got to Bully the Kid and I were talking about starting a Heartbreakers Club that just has Dave's face, Fabian from Remy Line's face, and George Soto that owns Miyagi's face. We're just going to start a Heartbreakers Club for all the bitter-ass ex-girlfriend, grown men ex-girlfriends that these guys got.
They're broken. That's a broken crowd.
Anyway, fuck them. First thing I want to talk about. What do you have a date for Euro Nationals yet? I was going to put it on here when I announced the upcoming events, but I don't have a date from you yet.
It's either going to be the 21st of June or the 28th of June.
So it'll be either the last weekend or the last 2 weekends in June. Perfect.
Yep.
I'm super excited for that one, dude. I love Scotland. The first time I was there, I think I'm gonna have a few more days this time, so I don't have to be rushed, and we can get some actual
is that
shit.
Is that so you can clear out my whole fridge and not just some?
Dude, listen.
My kids are still looking for the fucking chocolate.
Last time I was there, I had enough Buckfast for about 5 people. And let's just say that the flight home, the morning in Dublin airport, let me just tell you guys what happened. Let me tell you what happened, okay? On the way to Dublin airport, I don't even remember the trip there. I was in the car. I remember Shawn talking to me. Shout out to Shawn Main. I remember Shawn talking to me. And then the next thing I know, I'm standing in line to get my ticket at the airport. I don't have any. It's just like a little clip session of how I actually got there. You know what I'm saying? It was, dude, I'm still drunk. I'm standing in line at the airport, holding back, like puking into my mouth and swallowing puke back down so I don't lose my spot in line, because it's going to take me an hour if I get out of line to go throw up. So As soon as I got checked in, I'm sweating like a heroin addict. You know what I'm saying? I'm standing at this counter sweating like I'm on heroin. I'm sweating like I'm on heroin right now, to be honest.
Junkie motherfucker.
Dude, and then as soon as I get my ticket, I run to the bathroom. I threw up like 9 times in the Dublin check-in bathrooms. There probably still some splatter. If you check right now, there's probably still splatter somewhere in there.
You lot are just not built like us. It's just not.
Dude. Well, the first time
I told you I could drink though.
Nah, Shawn too. I don't know how Shawn's still alive. He was drinking right with me. He's fine. Everyone was fine. The Scottish, you guys got that shit in your blood, man.
Aye. I'm more I prefer cakes than alcohol. That's my weakness.
Yeah, I got both problems. See, what happens when you got both problems? What happens when you like the cake and then the booze afterwards? That's this right here is what you get. This whole package right here.
What, looking like fucking Jedediah Chumley?
When did that? Yo,
Jebediah?
You motherfuckers created the nickname that these other motherfuckers use against me on a daily basis. Like, I don't know where the Chumley thing came from. I don't even understand. Oh, the Philippines.
We know where it came from. Fucking look at you.
The Philippines, when I had my suspenders and that big ass Amish beard.
You did look a bit rapey in that outfit with all them small guys.
And I had like a sweat trail where my suspenders were at. It looked like I was in rough shape down there.
Now I know how Can feels when you stand next to him.
I could put Con in my pocket. I could sneak out of the room with Con right in my pocket.
He's cute, isn't he?
So let's talk about the $1 million dog. Now, I didn't name him the $1 million dog. Zeb Brooks actually put out a video last year with Bashar.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically saying that Bashar would not sell Mr. Bean for less than $1 million. So he dubbed him the $1 million dog. And that title kind of stuck. I mean, it's kind of stuck to him. How in the fuck did you get, because, I mean, let's be honest, $1 million, that's crazy money for an American bully. That's taken it to a whole nother level, even than Magoo. When Bashar sold Magoo, whether it was 500,000 or even 250, I mean, that's the biggest cash money deal. And if we're taking Bashar's word for it, we'll say $500,000. That's the biggest cash money deal ever in the American Bully, ever. Whether people agree with it, like it, or don't, or whatever you think about it, that at that time was the biggest cash deal for an American Bully. Was the Bean deal bigger, and how much did you motherfuckers actually spend? If you want to talk about that, I understand money. For me, I don't talk about money either, so I understand if not. But I think the deal was. I have a feeling the deal was bigger from what I've been told.
It was bigger than Magoo. That's all I'll say. Anything else I say, I might incriminate myself.
Either way though, whatever the actual number is, to see dogs going for like carrying a value like that for guys like me. That's like not only motivational because you know that potential is there, but it makes me feel good because, there's a certain group of people we've been working to raise the value of this breed. Mm-hmm. And to see that shit go down, I mean, that's definitely raising the value. I mean, it's definitely a step up, and it makes me happy. It makes me inspired, man.
Well, I mean, for us, the deals, it'll be the biggest deal for a long time, I think, and it most certainly isn't a dog that we paid for overnight for the amount of money that was involved.
Right, and I know you have a partner in the deal also, yep.
Carol, that's right. Kerry from Dublin.
Irish. Scottish and the Irish working together. That's
yep.
Progress also. I mean, it's progress the whole way around.
Well, I mean, Ireland is really, really part of the UK, and we're so close together. And I think bringing Bean here is a huge step. People say, why are you still buying dogs when you've got your own program and whatever? The way I see it is, we're buying a tool that we're going to use consistently with the stuff that we already have. And I get that it's got a huge price tag, but you know, we're adding it for a good reason. We're not just buying dogs because we want to buy dogs.
Well, yeah, obviously every kind of move that's been made on your end so far has been to further the American Bully in the UK.
Yeah, for sure.
And I have a hunch that this is another one of those stepping stones for you just to try to improve what is in the UK. And obviously it's going to have a big impact on Europe. It's going to be so easy for Europe to get semen and puppies and stuff now, much easier than before.
Yeah, well, I mean, anything we ever do is for it to improve. I'm not saying every breeding I've done's been the best. I'm not saying that everything I do is right. You know, if we don't make mistakes, we're not moving forward. But for us, it's a huge step, and I think it's a huge step forward for the UK and Ireland.
I've seen him in person. I've judged him in the ring. I know there's a lot of terrible opinions about Mr. Bean, but when you see him in person, when you put hands on him, there's no denying that there's not many 15-inch dogs that carry the kind of mass that dog carries.
No, and
carry the kind of features that dog carries. There's not many.
I mean, I think the people who negatively comment regarding Bean is based on, you know, maybe some flaws that he's got, but they're not taking into consideration he is a 15-inch dog with so much mass. So for me, you know, he holds it well. He's a well put together dog for what he is. You know, his size. You know, he's compact, short back, short legs.
I mean, thick rear, thick bones, big head. His proportions are definitely exaggerated, a little overdone for what the standard calls for. Mm-hmm. But we still have to have dogs like that in the gene pool. We still have to have exaggerated versions in the gene pool, just the same way Dave Wilson likes to say this all the time. Same way we need to have classics in the gene pool. To keep the gene pool big and diverse, we need to have these extreme, exaggerated. I don't like saying extreme. I don't like saying that shit. People get caught up on that.
I like it.
He does have extreme features, though. There's no doubt about that.
For sure.
But, you know, we need to have these exaggerated dogs. Also, my opinion, obviously, you know, people tell me to fuck myself on a regular basis. I have no problem with that. But I feel like adding that to the gene pool there is going to help the UK, like I said, parts of Europe continue to get bullier dogs without taking away from the quality structure, well-built dogs that you guys already have. Mm-hmm. I mean, a bunch of well-built bitches going to overdone males. I mean, that's how programs are fucking built. That's how people have built programs, well, myself included.
Well, you only have to look at what Bashar's done. People can speak bad to Bashar. They can speak, you know, whatever. But let's be realistic. There's nobody produced dogs like the way that guy's produced dogs. You know, I'm not saying that they're 100% consistent, you know, but now, for sure, he consistently produces the same look.
Yeah, I think people know
that's
when
what
they see
we
a
aim for here.
dog.
Yep, 100%.
You know, you see a muscle-toned dog, you know that's a muscle-toned dog. For the good and the bad. Yep. You see it, you know that's a muscle-toned dog. There's no denying that.
And for, you know, I love Gotty Andres' edge, but for me, you know, Muscletone's got a nice hard featured face. You know, it's not too soft looking. You know, for me, he's done better than anybody ever has. Bashar, not ass licking or ass kissing, whatever you want to call it. But you put somebody else in front of me that's achieved what that guy's achieved, financially and productions. Nobody.
It's credit where credit's due. Yeah, I don't agree with everything Bashar does.
100%.
People actually criticize me for not going at Bashar when he was on the show, but we didn't get into any conversations where we disagree. We were talking about how to deal with the negativity online. We didn't even get into any, you know, how ethical stuff or his philosophy on breeding or money. We didn't get into anything we disagreed on. But you cannot deny what he's done. You got to give him credit. You have to.
for me, you know, like as you said, I don't agree with everything that Bashar's done. But one thing I do agree with is a man knows what he's doing.
He definitely he's made some. I mean, now the two most expensive American bullies on the planet, the two highest. So I mean, even if you put Casablanca in this mix, probably the 3 of the top 10 most popular studs on the planet right now at this second.
Yep, for sure.
That's, I mean, and with the stuff coming out of, you know, Poland, Apollo, Leicester, stuff like that. I mean, you can't deny what the guy does. Whether he builds dogs that should be grand champions or not, I mean, maybe not. Depends on who's judging the show. It's all subjective.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But okay, so what's the plan now? First of all, before we get that, is Bean there? Has Bean been shipped? Is he in Ireland or Scotland?
Bean will be living here in Scotland very shortly. That's all I'll say.
So not quite there yet. What's the first thing you're going to do when he gets there? Take pictures, huh?
Pretty much. next to a castle.
Yeah. Next to the William Wallace monument up there. Dude, that would be so sick.
Yep.
Hey, no, save that till Euro Nationals. I want to do that myself.
Aye, maybe.
if you can resist it. I mean, the bottom line is it's one of the biggest deals in the American Bully history. It's definitely the biggest deal in UK history. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't even be able to name the second most value. And the thing is, I know we're talking a lot about money because it was a big money deal, but we're also talking about value, potential. I think that the biggest criticism that I've seen from the online stuff that you posted, which wasn't much, it hasn't been like a big advertised thing. No. Just one announcement, I think. And the biggest thing I seen was what is Bean producing for you guys to make that move? What have you seen him producing? Like, what positive things do you want to pull out of him for the UK and for your own programs?
Well, let's just put it this way. I've seen a lot of dogs that Bashar's not showed to anybody.
Yeah, and I can imagine that. I can imagine. If anybody knows me, I'm the same way. I got a lot of shit hidden. So I can imagine he's got a lot of shit up there.
Likewise. I mean, stuff that Bashar is going to pull out possibly could surpass Bean when it's mature.
That's off of Bean, productions of Bean,
yep.
You're saying?
Yep.
Wow.
He's got a lot of nice stuff.
And this is something I've mentioned before, like dogs like the Bus, dogs like Rocco, like dogs like Maestro, dogs like Demon Boy, dogs like Bean, dogs like Magoo. Like once you get to that level, when you got the dogs, you know, that level, it's hard to produce an offspring that's better than that motherfucker. Like it's hard to bring out stuff that's the overall package that the stud is and better somehow. Yeah. Well, it's a difficult thing.
Bashar seems to do it.
Yeah, somehow I don't understand. You know, and better is also a subjective, you know, it depends on what you like, what you don't like, your opinion on shit. My opinion, it's going to be difficult. I mean, I'm going to have to see some nice stuff come out of there for him to say it's better than Bean. But I said that same shit about Magoo, and then Magoo goes to China with Nan, and there's even better stuff coming off of him now than what was coming before, I think.
Well, I think, I mean, Nan's doing unbelievably. I've not seen a bad pup from Magoo since Nan's had him.
Crazy. So, it's crazy. I think in the females, and this is where I say, you start with quality females and you breed your bitch. You use studs that's going to bring to the table what your bitch lacks. I feel like that's exactly what Nan did. I mean, he had kind of a stable of bitches and saw Magoo as, you know, the fountain, the source of everything that he wanted to add. He's also got some other boys over there, Heavy D and Derp, and
Yep.
You know, he's got some other boy, Golden Boy now from Rob.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, but from what I've seen coming off Magoo since he's had him, some of the best stuff he produced his whole life, I think. And that's not a knock to Bashar. I'm just saying that's really good stuff that's coming out.
No, I agree. I think Nan's got a secret ingredient somewhere. Oh, you know, everything he's produced is just unbelievable.
Now, when you say key ingredients, what are we talking about? What are you implying when you say key ingredients? I think I know.
No, no, nothing negative. No.
No, I'm joking around. Also, I don't think we haven't seen much come out of Bashar's yard that had a super bulldoggy head to it. That's what a lot of people are kind of scratching their head about, because you see all this mass, you see all this bone, you see the short, compact bodies, you see the shoulders on them, the head size on them, but they don't really look like a bulldog to me.
No,
and they look like an American bully.
Mm-hmm. For me, I mean, if you see what Bashar's got had away, then maybe your opinions will change. But it's not really my place to kind of talk about it.
Well, I feel like, you know, from what I've seen, he's been doing a lot of real tight line breeding and some inbreeding.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime, and obviously the dogs have bulldog traits, you know. Anytime you're inbreeding, tightly line breeding that stuff, you're gonna have some shit that comes out that is a little too far over the line. Mm-hmm. You know, if the ideal American bully's in the middle, if to the right is a classic dog that looks like a pit bull, and to the left is bulldoggy features, maybe sometimes you're going to inbreeding that stuff that has bulldoggy features, you're going to creep toward that right hand or left hand side too far, you know, maybe get out of what we like. But again, I like American bully looking stuff. I've never really been drawn too hard to the bulldoggy face stuff, you know.
I'm not so keen on the bulldoggy face stuff. I think, you know, the way we're going to use Bean, you know, well, obviously we've got Demon and, you know, loads of Magoo stuff here, Razor's Edge. So I think we've got a nice blend to bring him in, and I think it's time to bring him in. I've got a lot of stuff that this year we'll bring out.
I think what's interesting to me is the Bean Demon Boy combinations. Demon Boy to some Bean daughters, and Bean to some Demon Boy daughters that complement each other, you know.
Well, for me, like, I've not seen another dog that's got a better structure than Demon. So
he's a nice dog. I said it when I come over there the first time. One of the best American bullies I've seen in person. Mm-hmm. And if you just add a little more of what Bean brings to the table to that frame, a little more bone, maybe a little more compact, even though I think if you go too much shorter in the back, you're going to mess with the movement a little bit. Mm-hmm. But, you know, a little more bone to that, I mean, I don't see where it can go wrong. That's the thing. I don't see how it goes wrong.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, if the first breeding probably that I'll put Bean to will be the Demon Boy and Athena daughter that you've seen, Juicy.
Yeah, that's super compact, wide rib cage, real nice head shape. That's interesting. That's an interesting matchup. That could be nice. That could be really nice.
So, but again, you know, we'll have to kind of make sure that everything we do, because I mean, Bean is on the line, so we need to make sure that everything we do, we're not going to go over the line in sacrifice. So
you're not just buying Bean to take everything over the top and go full on exaggerated, non-functional kind of dogs.
No chance.
I think some people have that misconception where you guys are just trying to add Bean so you can make it more of an extreme look and make it more where eventually you're going to make it to where dogs can't run and jump and play. It doesn't sound like that's the goal.
No. You know how Demon is. You've been here. You know, most of my dogs can pretty much all run and jump, have, you know, play for quite some time. Maybe Athena's a wee bit different, but most of them are functional, you know, fit. But for me, adding Bean is adding that little bit more bone that Demon lacks, in my opinion. Demon for me is probably one of the most best all-round dogs that there is.
I agree, and I think when you say you feel like Demon could use a little more bone, some people probably don't feel that way. Again, this is you pursuing your vision of an ideal American bully.
Yep.
Yeah, the value and the hype and the money and all that, like that's a separate thing, kind of to the base of the whole thing. The roots of the whole thing is you're trying to build your ideal American bully.
Well, I mean, we're not only trying to build the American bully, but we're also trying to, you know, produce what represents the American bully.
Right.
You know, and also be able to show them, other than just having, you know, dogs that are, you know, non-functional.
Yeah, because the whole goal behind an American bully is to be the ultimate family companion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know too many families. Well, I mean, I guess nowadays it's changing a little bit, but I don't know too many families that have a place for a dog that can't walk around the block or go for a ride in the car or
mm-hmm.
you know, or run around the backyard. I believe. I mean, when I was there last time, you were having a problem with Demon jumping over the fence. I mean, that's a bully ass dog
mm-hmm.
to be jumping over the fence and having to worry about him getting out because he's jumping over the fence. That's crazy. I mean, that's exactly what we want. I mean, that's fucking exactly
mm-hmm.
what we want. A bully dog that stops you in your tracks, but also can go run and jump and play all day. However long your kids want to play, that dog can go play with the kids. Or if you want to go to an event, a car show, or over there they have Highland games and shit. If you wanted to go watch the Highland games, which is a fucking 8-hour day, probably 2 or 3 days all weekend, you could take Demon right now, have no problem.
Demon is never ever going to let you down when it comes to being functional, fit. You know, he's got the whole package. You know, even down to breathing. You know, for me, one of the most positive things about Demon is he's confident.
Yeah, and I've criticized Muscletone stuff in the past for lacking that temperament, lacking that confidence and fire that you see out of Demon Boy. And he doesn't have that at all. I mean, if anything, he's a little too fired up sometimes. So I don't have a problem with that at all. I like that a lot.
It can be naughty.
But I mean, with these type of dogs there, with Demon Boy, with Mr. Bean, obviously Demon Boy's a worldwide household name. You're adding another worldwide household name. What challenges do you see as far as, you know, people are going to want to compare the two, and people are going to want you to break down which one they should use and stuff like that. What do you see the challenges be with having two studs that big? I mean, trust me, I know. I mean, the phone never stops, the traffic never stops, the questions never stop, and I only have one. You know what I'm saying? So having two, I can't even imagine I mean, there's going to be some obstacles to overcome for sure.
No, well, I mean, it would all depend on what they're looking for the female. You know, if somebody's trying to add structure, and you know, clean their dog up, then I'm not going to recommend use Bean. You know, because let's be honest, Bean is on that line. You know, for me, he's out of this world, or we wouldn't have bought him. You know, but structure-wise, as I said, there's not another dog that comes close to Demon. His rear, neck, everything. He's got it all for me. I would like a little bit more bone, but if you're trying to clean your program up and create a great foundation, then Demon's a dog.
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead.
If you're trying to advance from your foundation and put in bone and substance, and you know, add, you know, shortness and compact, you know, then Bean. And that's where we're at. We've got dogs with structure now. We didn't sacrifice it for colour, nothing. We just bred for structure and sound dogs, which we have. So we can afford to use Bean. And, you know, we never bought Bean to publicly abuse him and collect them and whatever. We're opening Bean for 5 studs, and he's done.
For the year or indefinitely?
For the foreseeable future.
Right. Well, I bet that's a surprise to most people. I mean, that's a surprise to me. In my brain, in my head, spending that kind of money and really 5 studs, even if you charge an insane stud fee, which I'm sure you're not going to, even if you do, you're not going to get, so you're not going to get anywhere near the amount of money back that you guys have put in, you and Carl have put into this dog. So that's surprising to me even.
Well,
I'm not saying I disagree. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I disagree. I think it's noble, but at the same time, like, how do you plan to get that back? I mean, is there a plan to get that back?
Well, I'm a businessman. You know, we're not going to invest in it and don't have an end goal to get our money back.
Right.
That'd be silly. But what we will get back, you know, selling our pups, exclusive pups, you know, we'll bring that back over the years. It's not going to happen overnight.
Right. But, of course. But I like that idea. That idea.
But let's be honest. I mean, a great kind of a guy who done it best was probably Victor, who owned Dally. You know, he didn't stud Dally to any dog. You know, he kept him restricted to what he done and kept the value in what he does. You know, with Demon, for me, the reason we promoted and pushed Demon so hard is because he offered something that everybody needed. As far as I was concerned, you know, that healthiness, the structure, all that stuff. You know, Bean is a tool for us to move forward on top of our structure to create what we want.
I wanted to get back to that because I think that's set aside the fact you're only going to let Bean out of the yard for five breedings, but having that kind of plan, having 2 studs where you're saying you wouldn't recommend somebody to use Bean for a female that needed help as far as structure goes. Not that Bean's a terribly structured dog, because he's not. I mean, he's
no.
Again, whether he should be a grand champion or not with the temperament and stuff, that's all opinions. I'm not talking about that. He's not a terribly built dog.
No.
I think you're not going to use him for a cleanup dog either. You're not going to say, you need help with the rear. Here's this dog.
Well, that's maybe sounding wrong in my part, because in no way am I knocking Bean structure, or we wouldn't be buying him. But you know, when people see Demon and you see structure, there's not many dogs come close, no matter what they are. And I think
that's a good plan, because Demon's not really going to take away. You could use Demon to add some angulation to a rear. You could use Demon to add a little functionality to some of these overdone females, and you're not really going to lose a whole lot. You're not going to lose the mass, the muscle, the head, the neck, the butt. Even though we're saying we maybe prefer a little more bone, that's to be perfect. That's for him to be absolutely perfect.
And my eyes to be perfect. But
a lot of people, that's perfect right now.
For me, there isn't a better dog than Demon. You know, like for a full round, all round package, I love Bean. But the way we're going to use Bean, what we're going to create for Bean is going to be special.
Yeah, I have no doubt about that. And if anybody out there is looking at William right now saying, of course he says Demon's the best dog in the world because he owns him, I'll tell you the same fucking thing about Maestro. You asked me about my own dog. If you don't feel that way about your main stud, what the fuck is he still doing at your house?
Exactly.
Why is he still there?
Exactly.
That's my opinion. You know what I mean? You need to have that confidence in your stuff, I think. And I think that's a good plan too, setting up Bean for success. Not just to bring him in to blow him out to every female in the UK, make hundreds of thousands of dollars real fast. That doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Having a plan to improve him along with improving your stock, I mean, that's a perfect situation, perfect setup.
We've brought him here because we feel that we lack bone, a wee bit more substance. But that is really the only reason, for us, and the fact that I love Bean. you know, and we're going to promote him in a good way. Not saying Bashar didn't, you know, Bashar's done great with him, but we're going to promote him in a way, you know, that we're still producing healthy dogs. We're not going to disable dogs, fucked up dogs, and not that Bashar has done that, because he's not, but he's going to be used correctly.
But I think a lot of people who maybe not Bashar, I don't know because I haven't seen a lot of the stuff he's got, but maybe not the people have been using him off Bashar's yard. To me, I've seen some matchups that I don't agree with at all. You know what I mean? It's not setting Bean up for success. It's not setting your female up for success. I think it's definitely a much better approach to it, having a plan, build some stuff that will you know, that's almost custom made for him.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that's, as far as you know, my own thinking, I'm just thinking how I would look at it if I was making that move. I would obviously be doing the exact same thing. There's things that, you know, you need on the yard or you want on the yard. You bring in the tool to do it. And also at the same time, if you're purchasing that male, you have a potential to actually produce a better male in the future because you're setting them up for success, because you're custom building some shit for them. I think it's a great idea.
Well, I personally
I got nothing but congratulations, man. I think it's crazy.
Thanks very much. But I think, you know, Bean going to Demon Daughters and stuff, you know, nice females, well put together females, drive, you know, great rears. There's only one way it can go.
There's only, dude, honestly, Bean's line bred. Some people would say inbred, but it's not. It's line bred. It's half brother, half sister. Both Magoo offspring. So Bean's line bred, real tight, very tight line breeding. So when you start adding that, and Demon Boy's off of Magoo as well. So when you start tripling up on that Magoo stuff, but at the same time, the dogs you're breeding are well put together dogs, and all the pieces are there. I don't see how it goes wrong. I feel like it's going to be
I think
super consistent.
I think a huge important part of it is if the razor's edge side. That, you know, that's where it's breaking up. You know, like to be able to bring it back together without messing it up.
I agree, and I've done this. I've had the same approach to everything that I'm doing. 7 years I've been doing this. You have to have. I don't really pay attention too much to what's behind the dog. I want to see consistently producing traits that I need. Demon Boy's consistently producing certain things. Bean's consistently producing certain things. If they complement each other and you match them up, you're going to get good results. That's just my opinion from my experience, you know. Well, maybe some book says differently, but from my experience, I think it's going to match up well.
Well, nothing's ever guaranteed, is it? But let's be honest. Based on genetics and how it should work, then it should be nice.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And I think Scotland, Ireland, the UK in general, Holland, France, Germany, Belgium, Italy, Spain. I think the whole Sweden, Switzerland, everybody. Norway's got bullies now. Russia's got bullies now. Czech Republic, or I don't know if it's Czech Republic anymore. Slovakia's got bullies now. Like, I mean, Europe really could benefit from dogs like that being there. And I think keeping him exclusive, that's going to put a premium on the stuff that comes off him. I think that's super smart. I think that's and you're not going to be overbreeding him. If 5 studs go out, you guys breed them on your own yards. You're not going to be flooding the European market or the UK market with bean stuff. You know, I think it's a great plan. I mean, I hate to keep saying it, but that's probably the same exact approach I would have myself.
I mean, it maybe take a few years to get the money back, but it is what it is.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know Carl personally. I know you pretty well. I don't feel like that's a huge factor at the moment. You know, seeing the new dynamite dog carrier bus being built, I don't feel like money is like, I don't feel like you're digging into the bottom of the piggy bank to get Bean over there. But at the same time, the only reason that threw me off the stud fee thing was because I know, I kind of know how things work, and it just doesn't make any sense to me to not want to get that back at some point. But if you're going to keep it exclusive and shit, and that's only going to raise the value on the offspring that's coming off him, especially if it's on that level.
Yep. Well, if it goes according to genetics, if you like, then we should be producing nice pups, and the value will be in the pups.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard to miss on that. Well, on the bean topic, congratulations! It's a crazy thing. I know you guys are going to do, try to improve what you think you can and what you think you need to improve. Keeping it exclusive, I got a lot of respect for that. I appreciate that a lot. Now, let's get into this Bullies Inc. I keep seeing this. I keep seeing Shawn Main. I keep seeing you. I keep seeing this Bullies Inc. come up everywhere. What is Bullies Inc.? What's going on with it? Like, what's the plan? What the fuck is it? Like, what is it?
Bully Inc. is basically a social media marketing magazine for bullies. Basically kind of taking off where Atomic Dog left everybody, but better, of course.
It's going to be, those are big shoes to fill. Atomic Dog was the pinnacle as far as American bully media, like especially mainstream, like trying to slide the stuff into a more mainstream audience. Mm-hmm. Atomic Dog, I mean, that's big shoes to fill. But are you only a magazine? Is it going to be printed? Is it going to be online? Is there a store associated? Like, what's everything involved?
We're in the process of having an online store. There'll also be a printed magazine and an online magazine. Shawn's currently in talks regarding an app for Bully Inc.
Yeah, that's a must. That's the first thing I was going to suggest. That's a must. So
it's making progress slowly. It's took a little while because it's complicated. It's not something you can just go up and do overnight. We've also kind of teamed up with Rachel at Atlantic Kennels, who's going to be doing the North America stuff. We have someone in the Philippines and South America who'll do interviews, reports, and kind of move around and pick up information. Also, a bit of breed, a bit kennels, a bit issues that come up within the breed. Also, a big party, ABKC, who's backing us. Dave supports everything that I do. So that's a huge part. We'll be putting in all kind of national stuff, shows, programs for a year. There's lots of stuff to be done, but still a lot of work.
Yeah, and we've talked a little bit about it, and I think there's a big gap as far as that the market you're talking about. There's Bully King magazine. I'm not sure. There's Bully Girl magazine. There's a few magazines here based in the U.S. that are trying to fill that gap. And honestly, Bully King's probably one of the bigger ones. Bully Girl, that's why I mentioned them. Street Bully, there's a lot of them. Mm-hmm. Shout out to all those guys. But like I said, the Atomic Dog level, that's a different level. Not nothing against anybody else that's doing it, but that's a different level. That's a mainstream. That shit sold in Barnes and Nobles when it was mm-hmm. at its peak. That's a different level.
Well, I mean, like, let's be honest, there hasn't been another magazine, although Bully King and all these other magazines are great. I'm not
right.
Disrespecting in any way whatsoever, but Atomic Dog had its own level.
Right.
It was a kind of, a mainline magazine, if you like. But we're also going to offer that hub. There's going to be a hub that everybody can, kind of work towards and phone in with their information, email in, stuff that people want to find out, for breedings, things that's went wrong. we're going to also add a breeders scheme on Bully Inc. Basically, a kind of recommended breeder scheme. If people are looking for pups, you know, they can go to people who's get kind of track record in breeding. You know, no bad negativity towards them. So, you know, Sean's he's been at it for some time. You know, he's the guy who's really putting in the hard work at the minute.
Now, we're gonna get to Shawn. Shawn's had a huge impact on shit over there, and
Massive.
And people don't even understand. You know, we're gonna get to him. I'm gonna open that up in a minute. I've actually got Shawn Main written on my pad because I want to talk about Shawn and the shit that he's got going on. But first, the breeders list you're talking about now.
Yep.
The AKC website, the UKC website. I'm sure the ABKC eventually will catch on and fucking put one on their website.
Yep.
But that the breeders list, a reputable breeders list, a list of breeders that you can rely on. You know that this is a quality breeder. You can get a quality puppy. You're not going to get fucked out of your money.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's something that really nobody else is doing right now as far as American bullies. There's not really a list, or if there is, somebody send me the link. I would love to check the shit out. You know what I'm saying? But there's not really a list of American bully breeders or, you know, Frenchie breeders or English bulldog. I mean, there's not really a list other than the AKC site and the UKC site.
Well, it's the same here. It's just the KC who do it. But I feel like in UK and Europe especially as well, that it's grown. It's grown a whole lot more, the bully community. So
yeah, exploding.
It'd be nice to you know, offer that security to people. You know, understand bad things happen when people are buying pups, or maybe people fall out. You know, not everybody gets on, so those mistakes can be had. But it's nice to be able to say to somebody, look, you can go here. You know, you're definitely going to be looked after, kind of thing.
Right.
And also being a responsible breeder. You know, such as if you've got a fault with your pup, you know, somebody taking the pup back and replacing it, or helping with vet bills, whatever it may be within your contracts, which is a huge problem. People not really standing on the contracts. So it'd be nice to give people a bit of security.
Yeah, and having a non-biased source where like I don't have, you know, you're not really personally tied to, no. and especially if Shawn's running most of it, Shawn's not really personally tied to any of the kennels in the UK, good or bad. Mm-hmm. So, you know, the leaders that are the breeders that are on the list, at least, you know, you can go and you know that that's a non-biased list. All right. Somebody's looked into whether these people are doing good business. Somebody's looked into any discrepancies. Because if you sell dogs long enough, you're going to have issue. You're going to have something that comes up, whether it's a miscommunication or somebody expecting things from you that you're not responsible to you know, provide for them.
That's true.
To have somebody looking into that shit and an unbiased source, that's fucked. The value on that, for especially for new breeders coming in, new people that not even breeders, you know, new people that want a quality American bully as a pet, that don't want to get sold a fucking pipe dream by Joe shit the rag man down here selling $1,500 puppies. You know what I mean? Because it happens all the time. You see people that are just looking for a nice pet, and you know, the quote unquote big names, the Facebook names are selling 4, 5, 6,000 and not really budging on a pet price. Listen, I love seeing puppies go into quality pet homes. There's going to be references involved. There's going to be contracts involved, just like buying a puppy. But we can find you quality breeders that get you good prices on quality puppies. And I think that's for new people coming in, that's only going to help the breed grow.
Well, that's it. It's keeping the breed steady in the line that it's going in. Because right now, everything in the UK and Europe seems to be that there's always going to be negativity, but there's not so many as what there is in America. It's not as bad.
Yeah, and I think that's probably a numbers thing. I think probably the more numbers of people and dogs are involved, the more drama there's going to be. Just like, you know, I'm sure poodle breeders have, you know, I'm sure it's everywhere with whatever dog you're involved in or breed or registry you're involved in. But mean, from what I've seen from being in the UK, not from what I've seen on Facebook or these fucking lives that are getting blasted everywhere, not from what I've seen off of that, but in person, the atmosphere, the camaraderie, it's much more tight knit than it is in the US. There's much more division and tribalism, and you know, people pick a team and fuck you if you're not on my team. You know, we don't need that. You don't have to pick Team Razor's Edge. You don't have to pick Team Daxline. You don't have to do that.
No, well,
pick team good dogs. How about that? Pick a team with good fucking dogs on it. How about that?
No, well, that's the thing. Like, people, you know, other people want to put shows on in the UK and they want to do their own thing and all these different things. But Shawn does the shows in the UK and we've kept it just so that Shawn, just for the reason that if people start putting shows on everywhere, there's going to become a divide. You know?
Yeah, there's going to be people that, just because of the names behind it.
Aye, but that's what I'm saying. So you create a divide, and then the bully community starts to kind of go off track. Whereas just now it's going in the right direction. You know, so why spoil something that's right? You know,
yeah, no.
And people don't understand. You know, like from the start, there's loads of people involved, whatever. But like this is like a baby. To me and Shawn, you know, every show, we put everything into it, you know, and make it happen. But we don't want to lose what we've got, and it's a good community. Everybody is in the bully world. All right, not everybody will ever go on, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, so, there's gonna be shitheads in every group. You're gonna have them. There's no way to avoid that. But I agree. I think the machine over there is well oiled and it's running on all 8 cylinders. You know what I'm saying? Like it's exploding. And one of the biggest reasons for ABKC UK and the American Bully to explode, not just you bringing in American bullies, but Shawn, who I met Shawn even before I met you. Shawn Main in the background, busting his fucking ass. I mean, literally, legit busting his ass, legit losing sleep, legit, you know, breaking a sweat to make sure that this shit happens and this stuff goes down. I mean, would you agree that that's probably one of the biggest reasons the ABKC and you know specifically has just exploded over there?
The ABKC shows would have never even got to the level that they're at if Shawn wasn't involved. If it wasn't for Shawn Main, Derek Morris, you know, two of the most. Like, I mean, they're the structure of ABKC UK.
Oh, dog for you. Another dog. I think, and I'll tell you guys a little bit of a story. I met in 2013. I went to the UK. I don't even know if I told the story the first time we did a podcast. 2013, I went to the UK on my own dime, not associated with any kennel or registry or anything like that. Went to the UK for a bulldog event and met a bunch of crazy fucking Scottish guys, you know? Turns out those crazy Scottish guys are Shawn Main, Derek Morris, you know, Roy, a whole group of these guys that you could tell right from the second I met them that the passion behind the dogs was, you know, that's a different level, those guys. Derek sleeping in his fucking living room with litters of puppies and Shawn like literally working days and weeks and months and years to make sure that UK shows go off without a hitch and everything's as big and well organized as possible. Like if I would have known then that meeting these guys, they were still going to be involved, because let's be honest, you meet a lot of people in this, you know, you go to a lot of shows, you meet a lot of people, and then the next year you never see those people again. You know? So if I'd have known that those guys were going to be lifers, first of all, Shawn's the motherfucker introduced me to Buckfast. Okay? So I'm blaming my Buckfast obsession on Shawn Main sole-handedly.
Now, you know something, like, Shawn, like, his heart is 100% for ABKC. What people don't understand and forget to understand is we do not make money. There's not a penny to be made in the show. None whatsoever. All his hard work is a passion. It's not for money.
What do you mean you're not you guys aren't making anything off the shows yet, is what you're saying.
No, we don't make anything off the shows. The amount of money that we put into the shows, people sit back and think, oh, they're making money off us. You've seen the hardware, you've seen, you know, the booths, all that stuff. That's all a lot of money. We pick nice venues that are expensive. You know, people,
crazy venues. Judges are almost always international. The trophies are top notch, shipped in from the U.S. Like it's a top notch ordeal. It's a first class thing. Sure.
And I mean, for nationals, you know, nationals alone, you know, you're probably talking 60 to 70,000 to put the show on, which is a lot.
That's fucking insane. And it's those kind of numbers. It's impossible to rebound that from one show. I mean, impossible to rebound that from one show. Even if you had 500 dogs showing, you know what I mean? Which the last time I was there, it was like 300, but that's impossible to make that stuff back. So when you say you're not making any money, there's not really a lot of return coming back on what you're putting into the shows.
Yep. But and you know, when Shawn, people don't understand. You've seen the work that Shawn puts in. Sleepless nights, you know, hard work. And he's, you know, people don't appreciate him and don't understand what Shawn and Dell actually do. Derek and Shawn are the guys behind. Without him, it wouldn't have been possible. Look, granted, there was lots of people at the start who were involved and whatever, but these two guys are who's made it. You know, I just support them. I do whatever I need to do for them, but these really are the guys who make it happen.
Yeah, and it's not a common thing to find people that will put that much into something that they're not really getting a whole lot back out of, other than the looks on people's faces at the show. I mean, that's probably really gratifying, but at the same time, to put that much time into something you're not getting any money back for, but there's not a lot of people that be doing that shit.
Well, that's the thing, and you know yourself, most people who put these shows on or want to be part of it are these people who want to be seen in a picture. You know, found something. You've never seen Shawn made in a picture at a show. Myself, Derek Morris, the only time you see us guys is when we're standing around helping somebody. We're not standing around taking pictures. We're there to do our job and make sure that everybody's got a good day. So we're not here for like what people, the Facebook fame and all this bullshit. We do hard work and we make it happen. That's all we're here to do, and give our dogs in a community a home. We've now brought in Dog de Bordeaux, English Bull Terrier. You know, there's so many more breeds actually coming into ABKC. By the time Nationals is on, we'll probably have the Bull Mastiff as well. So there's quite a lot happening.
Okay, well let's talk about that. When you say Nationals, you're talking Euro Nationals.
Euro Nationals.
So you're talking Scotland right
Scotland.
now. Okay.
Yep.
Let's talk about that Euro Nationals. You have been. I'm assuming you attended the first two Euro Nationals. Is it 2 years? It's been. Is this the third year? This is the third Euro Nationals.
Yep.
They're huge shows, really like well put on. You know, first class events. What are you planning to do differently, if anything?
Well, I mean, I don't really want to give too much away because we've got a lot planned. But let's put it this way. If we get any less than 600 dogs, then I'd be disappointed.
600 fucking dogs, bro. Who's judging? Who are the judges that got to go through 600 dogs? Because I'm glad I'm not one of those motherfuckers right now. Honestly, that's a lot of dogs. I mean, for real, that's a lot of dogs. That almost becomes like you're on the verge of too many motherfucking dogs to all be in one breed. But now, are you guys splitting it up like ABKC Nationals here in the States? Are you guys doing American Bullies under one judge and the other breeds under a separate judge?
Well, we're just trying to kind of figure that out just now, obviously, to the time that we've got. So we will confirm, you know, these details. But, you know, we're bringing a lot of big names from the US are going to be attending the show in Europe. So I think it's going to be special for sure.
Oh, I know it's going to be special. You got the man himself involved right now, motherfucker.
Yes.
It's going to be special. I promise it'll be special. No, I mean, but in all seriousness, every event that I've been involved with you guys judging. We did a vlog last year for the UK show. Every event that I've been involved with has been above and beyond what it needed to be. I mean, I'm top tier shit. So I'm excited about coming over. I can only imagine what's in store.
Mm-hmm. The event's going to be outstanding. Let's put it that way. And then the party in Edinburgh afterwards, I'm pretty sure.
See, now we didn't get to go to Edinburgh last time. I didn't get to see Edinburgh last time.
I'm pretty sure
that's going to be a treat for me as well.
I'm pretty sure you didn't even see your dick when you're doing a piss in the toilet you were at.
Listen, I love Buckfast, and I love all you crazy Scottish motherfuckers. It was like a perfect storm of shit-faced on an airplane. That's what happened on the way home, for sure.
Well, just to touch on before you go, obviously the Bully Inc. thing. So if anybody has any ideas that they want to put forward and help, we're open to ideas.
Yeah, we're going to be Bull-NA-ChinShop TV is going to be contributing some show pictures, interviews in the future, stuff like that. Where can people? This is what I was going to say. Where can people find? First of all, you. Where can people find William? And then where can people find Bullies Inc. and information on ABKC UK?
Well, if you go into Geek Exchange and ask for George, you'll find me.
That's Grindr in the US. That's Grindr.
Aye, well, similar, very similar. Nah, you'll find my Facebook, William Byrne, or Dynamite Kennels. We've got both. Bully Inc. has got a Facebook page. So add us. We will be making updates within the next 4 to 6 weeks. We've got a lot happening, so we'll make announcements shortly. Remember and keep your eye open for the bean breedings that's coming up, of course.
I'm sure that motherfucker's got stuff lined up as soon as he hits dry land over there.
Pretty much. And all the ABKC stuff will be announcing. We've got a show on the 3rd of February, I'm sure it's 3rd, in St Helens in Liverpool. So if you want to come along. If you feel that getting your big ass on a plane, then you're more than welcome.
Yeah, this is the last thing I was going to say. I actually found a flight for like $800 for that show. I swear my finger was on the fucking confirm button, dude. I'm not even joking. I wanted to talk to you about that. Obviously, we'll do that privately, but I want to try to be at that show if at all possible.
Okay.
So, and if I do show up, we'll be doing video shoots, photo shoots, all that for the people in the UK. So, anything else you want to plug or say before we get off here, brother?
Just obviously, there'll be dates will be given for Ireland as well, for ABKC also, and I'm pretty sure there's quite a lot of shows within Europe, but we'll get all the dates up on the ABKC for everybody to attend and support each other.
Is there going to be an event page on Bullies Inc. also?
Yep.
That's what I assumed there would be. I just want to make sure people knew. So
yeah, we're going to try and do kind of an all-year-round program, a quarterly program. The magazine will be quarterly, so that should be like kind of enough time to update most shows within.
Yeah, for sure.
US and Europe. Again, Dave's helping us with all that stuff from the office, and Dave will be attending nationals and a few other big shows throughout the year. As you know, Dave's getting old, so he's slacking on the amount of shows he goes to.
Yeah, I feel like nationals took a lot out of that motherfucker, Well, it was stressful for me, and I was only judging, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it was crazy.
It's a big job, and I mean, also, I'll see you in Thailand.
Yeah, Thailand, March 28th. Bangkok is about to be invaded by. Listen, when we were in the Philippines, tell these people, these Filipino people looked at me like it was King Kong just broke his fucking chains and he was running down Main Street in Manhattan. Like, people looked at me like, what the fuck did you guys just bring to our country? Like, they never seen a beard before. I don't think they ever seen somebody over fucking 300 pounds before. I just don't think they ever seen that kind of a spectacle.
Thailand will be the same.
So I got a whole week.
Plenty of lady boys in Thailand for you, my friend. Plenty.
Watch out for the Adam's apple and the 5 o'clock shadows, brother.
You'll be looking for it. You love it.
I got no comment on that, actually. Only reason I say that because I've seen some lady boys in the Philippines that you have no idea that that's a man. Like you're looking at the most beautiful man you've ever seen in your entire life.
Until you've cupped its balls.
All right, brother. Be on the lookout for Bean Breedings. Congratulations, Bullies Inc. I got nothing but love and support, my friend. I'll see you soon. William Byrne, thanks for joining us. Episode 79 of the Bull-NA-ChinShop podcast. All right, William's going to jump off of there. I actually think his shit froze up anyway. So William's going to jump off of there. One thing I did want to say, YouTube, Bull-NA-ChinShop TV on YouTube. Click subscribe. Watch all the videos. Give me a like. Give me a comment. All the episodes of the video versions of the episode of the podcast can be found on the YouTube channel. If you'd like to just hear and not see, go to iTunes, Bull-NA-ChinShop podcast on iTunes. Subscribe, download, give me a rating. It's a big deal. If you're subscribing on iTunes, go rate it. Even actually, if you're going to rate it a 1, don't even go on there. If you got a 5 rating, if you think we're doing a good job, go on there. Hit the 5-star rating on there. It's a big deal just to let iTunes know that people are actually listening and watching the show. As always, I love your fucking faces, people. I got to piss so bad I could taste it right now. So I'll see you motherfuckers next week.